We've already taken our first step into becoming digital creators. Now it's time to go one step further. In this episode, you're going to learn a series of techniques and tools to give your videos a cinematic look, increasing its potential to generate emotions and impact. But this time, we'll use an advanced program that editors use. Let me introduce you to Adobe Premiere Pro. We're going to work with the same materials we used for editing in episode 2. You'll notice that by using some simple tips, the difference between one video and the other is huge. Let's go for it. First thing we'll do is download Adobe Premiere Pro. We'll go to adobe.com, click the tab Creativity and Design, and search Adobe Premiere Pro. Then click. We go into the free trial version, fill in the registration data, and download it. Don't worry about the payment details. You'll be able to cancel the subscription and keep using the program until the last day of the free trial. Once tested, if you're interested in purchasing, there are discounted rates for students. Once downloaded, we'll install it and launch Premiere Pro by double-clicking on the purple icon labeled PR. The first thing to pop up is the window. Click on the new project. Name the project, in this case, Paris Promo. Then we go into Browse in order to select the folder where we want to save the project, and we choose the folder Episode 2 Pro that we have previously created. Please remember that before we start editing, it is important to create the specific folders and subfolders for each project. We don't touch the rest of the elements and click OK. Voila! We've already created the project and we're at the editing workplace of Adobe Premiere. Here we can see the source monitor, where we can play the imported media. In the same place, we have the Effect Control tab that will allow us to modify certain adjustments of the files selected in the sequence. Here we can find the space where the timeline panel will be placed and where our video will be created. We also have here the program monitor for the sequence, and here the media browser to keep all the files imported to edit the video, as well as a tab to access the effects and transitions we can add to the clips we have in the sequence. As you can clearly see, the substance is the same as in Filmora. The only change is the layout, especially the ones related to effects. But the key tools, such as the timeline panel, the program monitor, the media browser, will have a similar setting. Then we will import our material in the same way we did with Filmora in episode 2. In order to do so, we go into File, then Import. A drop-down will open and we select the subfolder Assets. Then we click and wait for a few seconds for the import to be complete. Once imported, the files will be shown in the media browser at Premiere. Now we are ready to create a sequence. In order to do that, we can adjust the sequence automatically in the following manner. From Media Browser, we can drag our clips to the empty timeline panel. Automatically, we already have created the sequence with the same resolution that you filmed in the videos. On the contrary, if we wish to open a sequence with a different resolution to the one used in the shooting, open the sequence and choose the settings width you want to work with. In this case, we'll go to File, then New, and finally Sequence. Then choose the option DSLR 1080p25. High definition progressive video at 16:9 and 25 frames per second with the aspect ratio 1920 by 1080. Once you've reached this stage, as we've already learned using Filmora, the process will be similar in Premiere, except for adding a few more clips. I'm going to fast forward to the part where the video is edited, to the main aspect that I want to focus in this episode: how to create a cinematic style video. All right, our editing is complete. Editing, Nonetheless, it's much more than placing one shot after the other. It's about generating an emotion, an impact to convey something visually that remains in the memories of the viewers, so that message sticks. This must be the goal of any editing, and these tips will help you to get there. The music we use at Filmora Editing is really simple, and it doesn't provoke any emotion. It serves as background music, but nothing more. But in this case, we want music that creates an impact. So we'll use the music I found, and I think it's perfect for the images we shot. When we look for music, we need to consider the type of song that aligns with the emotion. It's also very important to analyze the song in its content. We may like it in the beginning of the song, but not at the ending, or vice versa. Because of that, when choosing a song, you must always analyze its ups and its downs, the development, and the final climax. If you can't get any song that fulfills your expectations, you can always combine different songs. For example, in this video, I have selected different portions of the song to adapt to the type of video which creates a more dramatical feel. Now we're going to adapt the new music selection to the editing and choose the most impactful clips at the beginning. Then we adjust the time of the video clips to go with the beat of the music. This method allows the viewer to stay focused and watch to the end. Inserting movement to the image. It helps to generate attraction to the viewer visually. They will be drawn to the image on the screen, but not know that it's intentional. It's basically an image that is slightly zoomed in. Take a look at this image. We'll apply it on the tab effect control, click on the icon to add a keyframe in position as well as in the scale. We place the frame in the beginning of the clip. We keep the headline over the keyframe. Make sure the stopwatch icon is highlighted in blue. Now, we adjust the shot in order to make the opening and ending size, as well as the location in the X and Y axles. You just have to click on any scale and move the cursor. This is how you see it. When someone is beginning to edit, it's very natural that the editor overuses transitions. My advice is, don't do it. Use them when there is a narrative justification. Otherwise, it looks like an amateur video. In this video, we'll use transitions for this part of the music. We'll cut the rest of the images, no transitions, except for the final image in which we'll set a fade. To apply transitions, we go to Media Browser and click on the tab Effects and open Video Transitions. It provides a huge captivating effect, but like the transitions, you need to know how to use them properly. If you abuse them, it provides the opposite effect. It's a narrative decision, and we must keep in mind the cohesiveness. In this video, the music is slower, and we can use it in the beginning. It's important for you to know that in order to edit a video in slow motion, the footage must have been shot in 50 or 60 frames per second at least. Otherwise, when you reduce the speed, the scene will be jumpy. Let's try slow motion on this image shot at 50 frames per second. We'll click on the right button over the video clip and select Speed Duration and reduce speed into half or 50%. Logically, if we go over 100%, we'll be obtaining the opposite effect, meaning a fast motion. If we click on the option of reversing the movement, we'll make the footage be played background. We will not do it this time. We just use the slow motion at 50%. And this is how you see this. Slow motion shot. Captivating, right? Take a look at this shot. The trembling makes it seem amateur-like, keeping the viewer aloof from the video. In order to avoid this, we stabilize the shot. we go back to the tab Effects, then Video, Effects folder, and lastly, Distort and look for the WAV stabilizer. We click on the effect and drag it into the clip. We let it process and we'll come back in a while to check if the shot has been stabilized. Ready? Amazing, isn't it? We already have our editing and it looks pretty well, but there are still a few missing items. A very important one, besides the music, are the sound effects. Inserting these sound effects during the video changes the viewer's experience, making them feel part of the video. In order to do that, we go to Media Browser and drag into the sequence effects I previously selected. There are libraries and sound databases that we'll discover later on. Also, specific programs to download sound effects free of YouTube rights. Although, if that's possible, it's better to record them yourself. Let's add this city street sound effect here. A bird sound here. In this shot, we add the sound of water, and we adjust them all in the audio track. Once the sound effects are set, we must find a balance between music and sound. That's why we'll play with the audio clips inside this line, which establishes the sound level using the pen to create points to level the sound up and down. We'll have to take into consideration that the general decibel level must be between -12 and -6 in the audio meters panel, right by the sequence, so the audio has the highest definition. The next crucial step is to color our images to provide them with warmth, drama, or whatever we like. The human eye loves color, saturations, contrast, a good white balance. So we'll adjust all these settings with the effect Luminary Color. First, click on Effects, then Video Effects. Next, Color Correction, and finally, Luminary Color. Last, the crop effect. When we go to a movie theater, we see the screen horizontally with huge black stripes above and below the image. This provides a wide and appealing view. We're doing the same with our video to generate this movie shot, adding these black stripes above and below. We go to the media browser, and in the VFX folder, we can find this PNG file downloadable from Google. We place it on the upper video track and stretch it from the beginning until the end. Ready? Well, you've already learned the main tips the pros use to make commercials, movies, documentaries, and even series. Let's compare now with what we did at Filmora. This is the video we made using Filmora. And this is the one we just made to attract more viewers. Quite a difference, right? Now you know how to use a simple program, but also an advanced one. In the next episode, you'll learn how to create text and use graphics in your videos, helping them to stand out in social media. See you there.